A little garbage here and little garbage there. Garbage, garbage everywhere. Well, unfortunately, due to high population size of our country, India is among the top 5 municipal solid waste generators annually. And the projections suggest that this quantity is projected to increase by 2030 and 2050 itself. And do you know what's the most interesting part? We have over 1000 plus landfills in our country. Well, what exactly is a landfill? Well, landfill is a designated site to throw all the solid waste, and it is the most commonly used form of garbage disposal in India. But then the obvious question arises, what are the problems with these landfills? I mean, you generate a waste, you dump it in a landfill. Again, you generate a waste, you dump it in a landfill. Then what's the problem? But here is the problem. These landfills create an extremely unhygienic environment, especially around the cities they are situated in. Why this is so? We'll give you 2 reasons for that. These landfills contain solid waste, and these solid waste have various hazardous materials. These hazardous material causes spontaneous fires. As I can read it in the news, July 2021, fire breaks out at Bhandwari landfill in Gurugram. March 2021, section of Ghazipur landfill catches fire. And then the Dhapa landfill near Kolkata, Deonar landfill near Mumbai, and the list goes on. Another problem with these landfills is that these landfills are a major source of land pollution, water pollution, as well as air pollution. Just to keep you updated with the latest data, the average life expectancy of an Indian has been reduced by 20 months just because of air pollution. So we know that problem is very serious. But we know as an investor that a product that serves as a solution to a problem is bound to sustain for a longer period of time. And that's why in this video, we'll talk about 2 such fundamentally sound companies that cater to the solid waste management needs as well as wastewater management needs of the country. But before moving on, guys, hold on a second there. We have a really amazing surprise for you. And trust me, you wouldn't believe this, but we are doing this. So be it a trader or an investor, personal finance is the first journey to start with your own finance, and you need to understand how to manage your own finance. So in this limited period offer, LearnApp has decided to give away its personal finance course free, exclusively free for our YouTube viewers, using the link in the description below. So this course will help you manage your finances from scratch and in a much practical way, and will also help you guide through building of emergency funds, essential pillars to personal finance like credits and insurance. Also, along with this course, you will get a well-designed sheet that comes up with a goal-based calculator. And guys, the only way to enjoy this limited time offer is by clicking the link in the description below and signing up on LearnApp. So let's start with the solid waste management industry. Now, just to give you the data, the municipal solid waste produced in India is projected to rise up to 115 million tons from the current level of 75 million tons. But do you know what the sad part is? That out of this 75 million tons of solid waste that is produced currently, only 30 million tons is collected and recycled properly. But we as an investor have to look at this problem from a different perspective. This all gap creates a golden opportunities for the waste management companies in India. And just to give you an idea, the waste management industry market or valuation is expected to become a massive $13 billion by 2025. The second driver of growth for the industry is the Swachh Bharat mission that is launched by the government of India. Now, this mission was rolled out in a phased manner. Initially, it was focusing on creating awareness and educating citizens. But now, as per the latest guidelines, the focus is on the solid waste collection and treatment. And that's why it creates another big opportunity for the companies in this particular industry. So the company that we have chosen for our analysis is Antony Waste Handling Cell Limited. Now, although the company got listed recently in December 2020, the company is catering to this solid waste management needs of the industry since 17 years and is among the top 5 players in this particular industry. The company basically operates through 3 verticals: collection and transport, processing projects, and mechanized sweeping projects. And just to give you an idea how big the company is, the company has the single largest waste processing unit in Asia near Mumbai, which processes over 60% of the waste generated in the Mumbai city itself. And the good thing about the company is that company is not only focusing on the Mumbai region, but is scattered all over 9 states of our country and has 28 plus completed as well as ongoing projects in its pipeline. Now, another point to be discussed here that we really found it interesting is the long-term duration of the contracts from the clients. Now, the average duration of contracts that the company receives ranges from 7 years all the way to 25 years. Now, why this is a good thing? Because it provides stability of revenue for the companies and it is very good from the financials point of view. Let's have a look at the financials of the company. The revenue of the company is growing steadily and the margins are also being managed efficiently by keeping at least a 25% operating margin. Due to this, their net profit is also growing steadily. On a year-on-year basis, it looks like COVID had no impact on their business. But if you look at the quarterly results, you will realize that they were hit by the pandemic situation too. However, the positive thing to note is that in the subsequent quarters, the sales have shot up, which shows us how important hygiene and cleanliness have become. The next thing to look after is the balance sheet of the company. You can see how they have managed to reduce their debt and in the future will continue to do so. Due to such disciplined management style, the company has a debt to equity ratio of just 0.33x. Lower debt is also helping the company by reducing the interest burden, which is increasing the overall capital efficiency, which is reflected in a high ROCE of 22.4% and high ROE of 16.4%. And cherry on the top is that MIT Institute has over 6% stake in this particular company. This just gives you the hint about the potential of the company and its future prospects. So this was all about the company and solid waste management industry. Now let's move on to our second industry, that is wastewater treatment and management industry. So we just talk about the solid waste management problems. But do you know that this solid waste is also contributing to the increasing water pollution levels? So you might wonder how. So if you remember, we just talked about that presently India produces 75 million tons of municipal solid waste. But out of that, only 30 million tons is properly treated and recycled. Then the question arises, what happened to that 45 million tons? Well, this 45 million tons, especially in the form of plastic, are blocking the natural fresh water systems like river, canals and lakes. Added to this problem is the India sewage treatment crisis. Just to give you the latest data, in India, a massive 70% sewage remains untreated and only about 30% is properly treated and recycled. Now, why such crisis? Because there is a huge gap between the sewage produced and the capacity of the existing plants to actually treat this sewage properly, and this gap is major 70%. Now again, as we talked earlier, from the investor point of view, a company that is offering a product that solves a problem of the society is bound to sustain for a longer period of time. And as per Mr. Amitabh Kant, CEO of Niti Aayog, he recently said in an interview that India's wastewater treatment plants market stood at USD 2.4 billion in 2009 and is projected to reach USD 4.3 billion by 2025. This means that the industry size is just going to be double in the next 4 to 5 years, which presents a huge opportunity for the companies that are catering to the needs of this particular industry. So the company that we'll be talking about is catering to this industry needs since 55 years, and the name of the company is Ion Exchange India Limited. Now this company has pioneered the wastewater management and treatment problems of India and has been in this particular industry since 5 decades. So the company was incorporated in 1964 and basically operates through 3 major verticals, namely engineering, chemicals and consumer products. So the engineering segment contributes 63% of the total revenue, and this segment basically includes installation of various wastewater management plants in various industries. The second segment, that is chemical segment, contributes 30% to the overall firm's revenue, and it basically includes manufacturing of various wastewater management chemicals. And the third segment is the consumer products segment that contributes 7% of the total revenue to the company. And this segment basically includes consumer products like RO membranes, RO filters, and etc. Now, because of such diversified business line, the company has diversified client portfolio ranging from the Tatas to Ambanis to Mittals. Now, because of such wider client base, the company was managed to install 1 lakh plus installation related to wastewater treatment and management plants. Now, another new venture that the company is entering into is the seawater desalination. Now, of course, this concept is very new. However, in the future, this might create a very positive opportunities for the company. And the company has already initiated the steps to move in that particular direction. And the good thing is that the company has managed to pull out such innovations because of its 2 exclusive R&D centers, because of which the company has registered over 50 plus patents, and company also has commercialized products over 100 plus. And another driver of growth for the company is that the company is not only dependent in domestic market, the company has global footprints too. So let's just talk about the financials of the company. You can clearly see how the sales of the company are increasing consistently, and not just that, even the margins are going higher. That growth in operating margin was supported by the reduction of debt, which can be seen in the balance sheet figures. Due to consistently reduction of debt, the debt to equity ratio is just 0.12x, which is a very good sign for the company. And because of all such strong financials, the company is able to generate an ROCE of 38.3% and an ROE of 31.1%. So this was all about the company Ion Exchange, and as we saw, the future prospects seems very promising. So guys, this was all about our 2 fundamentally sound stocks. But do not forget, as mentioned earlier in the video, by clicking the link in the description below, you will get a free access to our exclusive personal finance course on LearnApp. You just need to sign up and watch that course for free. So what are you waiting for, guys? I mean, just click the link in the description below and just enjoy this limited time offer. But guys, please do subscribe. Please. दिल से बुरा लगता है यार. See you in the next video.